Hello and welcome to this brief introductory tour of the Numo UPLINK Access Control web app. Now this web app allows you to restrict access to pages based on a user's group or even just on an individual basis. Before I get into the demo though, I do want to point out there are some server requirements for this particular web app. This is the only one currently in our product mix that requires this. But you do have to note that you're going to need to be on a Unix or Linux web server running Apache, and that Apache web server needs to be running mod rewrite with htaccess files enabled, and with PHP and curl also running. Okay, it's a pretty standard thing, these particular requirements, if you are on a Unix or Linux web server. But do check with your hosting company. Now I'm going to take over to the components page, and now you're going to see here that we've got a login box and an example registration box. Now, by no means do you have to use an example registration box like this or even at all, but it's there for you. It's part of the accounts system, which is included with all of our web apps. The login box, you're going to see all of these particular items are available for any of our web apps. And some web apps require them, others don't use them at all, but it is a part of the system. Now, some components don't show up unless you're logged in, such as the links for the account groups or the links for this particular user. Because we're not logged in, it's not going to show us anything. So we're going to log in here. Okay. So you're going to see now that I'm logged in, I now have access to the links for my particular user group. And I also have one other link here for my particular user. If we go down here, it now says Welcome Master Administrator. We also have the ability to update our account details and our password. And now that we're logged in, we also can see a logout link. Now you're going to see these things, such as the logout link, already within this demo, but this page is here to demonstrate those components that are available to you. Now, if I were to go to the user page, this is a page that has been granted specifically to my account. I'll show that to you in the administrative area in just a moment. But you can use this page for content that is specific to this user. So for example, you have some PDFs that are available to this client only, or perhaps some pertinent information for this particular organization member or whatever. You can have it on this page. And now you can have more than one page that is specific to a user. You can have as many as you like. This is just a demonstration that uses just one though. Now if we go to the group page 1, as I've called it, now you can have again as many pages as you like for a particular group, but you would have information that's specific to the entire group, such as a sports team. Maybe it has the schedule, or perhaps your playoff ranking or something like that. On the second page here, I've also put a couple of components so that you can see that typically you would want to be able to update your account details or your password, so you can have it on that particular page as well. Now, what happens though if you're not logged in? Well, let's log out. Okay, well, let's try to view this page without anything. Try going here. You know what? It's not going to let me. Try to go back to page number 1. If we reload, it asks us to log in. So we will log in. So that's what happens if you're not logged in. You'll just get a login box. We're going to go on into the administrative dashboard just to show you some of the features there. You're going to see that we have an account section as well as a general system settings, but the access control, you can go in here to restrict access. You're going to see that the example restricted group page 1 and 2, they are granted to the default group, and the user group is granted to no group. However, if I were to go to my account, we're going to see that I do have access to this one particular page, and I've told the system to show that link on the menu bar. And this is more or less the overview of the access control. There's not much more to it. It's basically just the ability to restrict access to those pages based on your user type or even on an individual basis. Hope you found that informative.